What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Sleep Token. Yes, indeed, Sleep Token fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Charles B, and this is actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Charles. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Charles wanted to see me react to this. It is Sleep Token with a tune called Sugar.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold on, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As always, Charles has given us a little bit of an intro, so let me share it with you guys. In the same month that we saw the release of Say You Will, the Sleep Token song you last reacted to, wasn't a fan of it. The band also debuted this track, Sugar, in October 2019. While the overall music still leans metal, Sugar shows that the group's willingness to explore beyond the confines of a single style. This offspring sees Sleep Token taking their atmospheric soundscapes and experimenting with blending them, not just with dark pop, but also with subtle R&B influences. The subtle infusion of R&B is particularly noteworthy here, as the band will continue to experiment with it in their evolving musical journey. Okay, so we're gonna be looking for some R&B, see if it's actually there. We'll see. Let me see, this was posted by Sleep Token. Surprise, surprise. And the video has 1.8 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Sleep Token, Sugar, Visualizer. And we usually get visualizers with Sleep Token videos. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
You play a twisted little game, but I know in a way you need to complicate. Believe the power we never eat. We still know how to feed. We still know how to bleed. Sugar, oh, developed a taste for you. Sugar,
change up. Okay. All right. Right off the bat, let me just say this. I don't love it. I don't love it. And I'm not even 100% sure if I'm liking it, if I'm being honest with you. But I will say this. I don't dislike it. I don't hate it. And I haven't checked out. I'm vested. I'm actually interested in this. This is actually keeping my attention. It's keeping me engaged. Now, there's a big difference between liking something and being vested or being intrigued or it's interest or being interested. There's a big difference, okay? It's not really up my wheelhouse. It's really not my bag, but I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, they keep droning on and on and on. No, this is not droning, okay? They are switching things up about every 30 seconds or so, okay? It's growing, and then it hits an apex, and then it comes down, and then it grows again, hits an apex, and now it's going in a completely different direction we haven't fully explored yet. That is definitely not droning. That is definitely not just looping on and on and on. No, there's some really cool things happening here within the feel, within the dynamic play, within the direction, within the approach. There's a lot of interesting things happening here, and it's keeping me interested. I'm not bored. That's the key thing here. I'm not bored at all. I'm actually kind of intrigued, and I kind of want to see where this is going. Let me be clear. That does not mean I'm liking it. That does not mean I'm loving it. No, I'm not liking it and I'm not loving it, but I'm not falling asleep at the wheel. I'm actually engaged in this. I think the most interesting thing for me is that melodic line. Well, I guess actually you would call it a counter melodic line. Do 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 do, and then it inverts and moves on. But here's the thing. What's interesting to me on that is it starts out on the major, right? And it goes to a dominant, it translates to a minor 4, and then a minor 3rd. And then, in a really cool move, it does 2 things. It resolves on the major, which is also at the exact same time the start of the new phrase. I like that. That's interesting to me. You don't hear too many songs start on the major and then move to a minor and a minor and a minor. And then when the next phrase starts, it resolves on there. Usually resolution will happen before the next phrase. So to have the at least when it comes to major resolutions, they usually will happen towards the end. So to have it start the next phrase and resolve on the major at the exact same time, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You don't hear that too often. That's pretty unique. So that's engaging to me. That's interesting to me. Along with the dynamic growth, along with the movement, emotion, and the approach of the song, I'm, like I said, not loving it, not even liking it, but I'm interested. It's not droning on and on and on, like we've heard some other songs from them do. It sounds like we're going somewhere else with this. Let me back up a little bit and let's see where this is gonna go.
To taste for you, sugar. I'm devout to taste for you, sugar. I'm devout to taste for you,
Minor,
sugar.
major. Sounds weird. It's cool. It sounds good.
Do you wanna see how far it goes? Do you wanna test me now? My love, you must be crazy if you think that I will give in so easily. This rebellion now, coming to the surface now. My love, you must be crazy if you think that I will give up the game. Oh, sugar, I've got a taste for.
Changed my mind. I like it.
You what?
Changed my mind. I like it. I like it. I like where this is going. Yes. So we heard that switch up where now the phrase started on the 6 and no major resolution. No resolution at all, honestly. I mean, it always comes back to the 6. Well, a 6 is not something you're going to resolve on. You're going to start the phrase on a 6? Okay, I get that, but you're not going to come back around and resolve on the 6. It sounds like it's resolving on the 4, if I'm not mistaken. Either the 4 or the 5. And then it goes back up to the 6 again to start the next phrase. I like that. And now we're coming back to the original chorus. I believe you can call this a chorus. Still with that major resolution starting us off, kicking off the phrase, but with a much more intense approach. Not so laid back. Not focusing on being so pretty, but instead focusing on being more intense. I would dare say almost angry approach. I like it. I like it a lot. As a matter of fact, I like it so much, I want to hear that transition again. We're going to go back and hear that again. Nope, I don't care. Hey, it's my show. If I want to go back, we're going to go back. I want to hear that evolution again. That was really nicely done. Yeah, on this section, vocal approach completely changed. Gone are the vocal harmonies. Gone are the breathy. I don't know if it would say breathy, but definitely kind of a softer approach. Focusing more on the notation, focusing more on the pitch, and creating the harmonies, and having that aesthetic of softness to the vocals, which would equal to more of a pretty approach. Here, no, you'll get none of that. You get a strong, impactful, very intense entrance with the vocals and singular voice, no harmony, just a singular voice, a little bit of edge to it. I like it. It's very fitting. Some great subdivision work happening within the drum pattern. I love that, man. I love the first one with the guitar and the bass and the drums all syncopated with it, all with that syncopated pattern. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I like that. That was heavy. I liked it, man. That was really nice to hear. Let's end this out. I know I've talked a lot. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Shall we start? Major, minor, 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 major. That's so weird. I like it. Though. Okay. We got another winner. With me from Sleep Token. I like it. Intro's a little long. I mean, not intro, outro's a little long. Seriously, the last like 15 seconds, don't really see the point. I think they should have just ended with the I think that was a harp. I think we should have just ended with the harp, like do 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 do, just like they had the intro. We should have just ended with that. Let that fade. That whole other voicing at the end there, don't really think it was necessary. Don't think it was needed at all. It didn't add anything to the song other than time. So, yeah. Anyway, no, this was a winner. This was definitely a winner. It's funny how I can change my mind mid-song like that. Anyway, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Sleep Token with Sugar. This was a request from Charles B. And this was actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of May for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Charles. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, this was a weird one for me. This song was a bit of a journey. Look, if you watched the video, you saw what happened, right? I don't think I really need to sit here and explain myself. I think it was pretty obvious if you watched the video. Now, for those of you that skip forward and you don't actually watch the video, if you just want to see what the score is, that's your loss. You missed quite a show. If you did not watch it, you might want to go back and watch, because I am not kidding you. I have never had such a change of heart mid-song before. Throughout the entire song, my opinion of the song just continued to change. That was really cool. That doesn't happen to me very often. Usually when I listen to a song, I'll listen to about the first minute and a half, and I'll get the vibe, I'll get the direction, I'll get the idea, and I'll usually make up my mind there whether I like it or not. This, no, no. I couldn't do that with this. I thought I had it figured out after the first minute, and I'm like, wait a minute, now hold on, let's see where this is gonna go. Hold on, things are moving, things are shaking, and yeah, I think the score will definitely reflect how I feel. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.1. Yep, 8.1. Believe me, folks, I was a little surprised with that score too. But no, that's exactly the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 8.1, what does that mean? Well, an 8.1 would translate to a great scale rating, so I think it's a great song. It gets 4 out of 5 stars, and it gets an A- letter grade. Yeah, not a B, an A-. So, you got an 8.1, great scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? So glad you asked. Okay, beginning of the song kicked in. And if I'm being honest, it was a little slow, out the gate as far as, feeling and intensity goes. I mean, it was moving, it was going along. And I really like that progression, starting off with the major, going to the minor, going to the minor, going to the minor and the minor, and then starting the next phrase and resolving on the major at the exact same time. It's a little strange. It is. You don't hear that too often. Usually resolution happens toward the end of the phrase, because that's how you end the phrase typically, is with resolution. Well, they didn't do that. They kept the minor all the way through to the end of the phrase, and they began the next phrase with the resolution to the major. Interesting. You don't hear too many songs do that.
I like it!
It's different, but it works. It absolutely works. For the first minute and a half to 2 minutes, if I'm being honest, I wasn't thrilled with the song. I wasn't really enjoying it. I mean, I wasn't loving it, and I wasn't even liking it. But like I said, though, I didn't hate it, and I didn't dislike it either. And the important thing for me was I wasn't falling asleep at the wheel. It wasn't just droning on and on with no growth, no depth, no direction, no expansion, no evolution. It didn't feel like it was just looping for 2 minutes. No, there was growth, both from a feel standpoint, from a dynamic standpoint, from a fullness standpoint with the addition of more voices, the vocalization fitting like a glove. As the song got louder, the vocals got broader, and more voices were added in. I had no problem with that. I'm glad that was going on, because it kept me interested. It kept me vested. It kept me from dozing off and falling asleep and becoming bored. So I was really happy about that. Then the bridge, I guess you could call it a bridge, kicked in, and I heard an intensity change. I heard a directional change. It wasn't focusing on being so pretty. It was more focusing on getting intense. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, that's typical for Sleep Token. At some point during their songs, they usually do that. I'm glad they didn't wait until the last 2/3 of the song. I'm glad they did it at that point when they came back into the chorus with that new direction, focusing less on being pretty and airy and soft and focusing more on the intensity and with that chordal hit, especially with those syncopated subdivisions with all instruments involved. My opinion immediately changed to the song. Immediately. I dug it. And I'm glad they kept going with it. I'm glad it didn't just make a brief appearance and then disappear. No, they kept it for a while, and I love that. I loved everything about that. I'm glad they did that. It sounded so good. It sounded full. It sounded powerful, and everything changed. Not just from an instrumentation standpoint, but from a vocal standpoint as well. Gone were the harmonies. Harmonies out the window. Gone. Let's not focus on being pretty. Let's focus on being intense. Let's focus on being powerful. Yeah. Yeah. No, I dug that. I absolutely dug that.
I like that part.
I really like how the vocal approach changed with every phrase. When the direction of the song would change, the vocals would change, and the vocal approach would change. Very nicely done. Now this was a great song. This is up there for me when it comes to Sleep Token songs for sure. Definitely one of the better ones. I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't want to go as far as to say it's my favorite, but it's one of the more interesting ones for sure. And it is up there in my personal opinion. I'm just saying it's not my absolute top #1 favorite, but I would definitely put it up there without question. Now, this was a good listen. This was a great listen. This was a fun listen. It kept me engaged. I didn't get bored. It wasn't monotonous. It didn't feel like we were on a loop for, 2.5, 3 minutes, and then, all of a sudden, here comes this intensity for the last third of the song, which is very stereotypical of Sleep Token songs. If you look at the history of Sleep Token songs I've listened to, I mean, just go back and watch my last reaction. Just go back and watch that one, and you'll see me. I call it. I actually, to the second, I was able to call where the intensity break was going to happen, when the intensity was going to kick in, at about the 2/3 mark, and I called it right to the second. That's how predictable it was. So this was a nice change of pace. This was a great directional change. And honestly, I hope more Sleep Token songs are like this, and like Fields of Elation. Those two songs, man, this song and that song are still up there for me big time. There's a couple of others that are too, but no, this was a fun one. This was definitely a fun one, and I got no problem giving it the great score of 8.1. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.